What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I have a quick video for you guys. Wanted to talk about Julian Newman. And if you're watching this video about Julian, there's a chance you may have seen the video I made earlier this year titled "Where is Julian Newman Now in 2021?" And in that video, I just kind of talked about where Julian Newman was at with his career, what his options were going forward, and kind of just gave my thoughts on what I thought Julian should do with his career and moving forward. And now we're getting near the start of 2022. Kind of wanted to just make an update video about that, talk about Julian and his career, or if he still has a career at this point, and talk kind of about what his options are moving forward. But more importantly, I wanted to hear what you guys have to say. So make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Julian, his career, all that. Leave those thoughts in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So first, just a quick little backstory on how we got to where we're at now with Julian. And so I think most of us know he started his high school basketball career at Downey Christian. There, I think he started playing varsity basketball in like 3rd grade, something like that. And he it was a feel-good story early in his career. And then as his time at Downey Christian goes on, we start to see the real Julian Newman and the real just kind of Newman family in general. We see the attitude, the arrogance, the cockiness out of not only Julian, but his dad. And Julian starts to get a lot of hate, and the family overall gets a lot of hate. His dad seems to think that Julian is some NBA prospect, calls him the prodigy or whatever, when in reality, we've seen the clips of Julian at Downey Christian. We've seen him get exposed by, IMG and Spire Academy, all those teams. We've seen him get exposed, and we know that Julian is nowhere near that caliber. After his time at Downey Christian, he then creates a prep school called Prodigy Prep, which is basically designed to highlight Julian and let them play a more national schedule. And we actually don't see a ton of Prodigy Prep. A lot of their games aren't on YouTube, or there wasn't highlights uploaded of those games. But his time there was very similar to his time at Downey Christian. And that basically wrapped up his time in high school. Coming out of high school, he claimed to have offers. He claimed to take visits to some big-time schools, when in reality he was exposed that those were all fake. No Division I team, I don't think, was even recruiting him or had interest in him, let alone offering him a scholarship. And so after that kind of gets out there, he goes on some interviews or podcasts, and he says that he's no longer going to college, that he's going to actually go pro and take his talents overseas. And he comes up with a list of teams or places where he could potentially play. I think it was like Spain, Australia, China were options. And that's what he claims he was going to do. He claims he was going to go pro. Eventually, COVID actually hits, and it delays that process. And that's the reason why we didn't hear anything really about Julian in 2020, because COVID ruined those plans. If you could kind of hear my air quotations there, that's the reason why he wasn't signed. It was COVID. It had nothing to do with his skill set. Wink, wink. So then kind of after all that dust settles and it becomes kind of clear that Julian didn't have offers from any of those places, at some point in 2021, his dad on Julian Newman's show on Overtime announces, without seeming to consult Julian or ask him what he wants to do, that Julian will be playing in the NBL in Australia, the same league that LaMelo Ball played in. And now his dad makes this announcement at some type of restaurant or area, and after he makes this announcement, it's not reported anywhere. No one seems to have any sources on this happening. His dad just announces it, and like I said, it wasn't reported anywhere. And now, here at the end of 2021, the NBL season has started. Julian Newman is not on a roster. He was never in a training camp. He was never in Australia. It was just never real. His dad just announced that he was going to be playing in the NBL when that simply wasn't true. He never had an offer there, and it was never going to happen. And so now that leaves us kind of heading into 2022, wondering, where is Julian Newman going to go, or is he ever going to play basketball again? And there's no real reported sources or anything of that nature that really talks about Julian or what is next for him in 2022. When you Google his name, the only things that really come up are things about his high school career and his TV show and things of that nature. There's nothing talking about him actually pursuing professional basketball or getting any professional looks or anything of that nature. And so I think that ship has kind of sailed for him in terms of playing professional basketball. Now, will he ever admit that? I'm not sure. But what I would do if I was Julian Newman, I would seriously consider going the YouTube route of basketball. We've seen a lot of these YouTubers make a really good career out of it. Even like good players like Akil Carr, who was a really good basketball player, Ballislife legend, YouTube legend. He kind of just gave up on the professional side of things of playing overseas and has decided to mainly make a living on YouTube and do it that way. We've also seen good former college players like Devon Friga decide to do that, and I think that's what Julian Newman should do. He's still someone who has a following. If you go to his Instagram, he gets a ton of likes on his pictures. He's got good interaction on that stuff. So people still know who he is. They still care about him in a sense, and I think he would be a really attractive option for YouTube. I think he could make a ton of money on it. I think he would make more money on YouTube than he would signing any professional contract, just due to the fact that I think any respectable league wouldn't sign him, and the only option I could ever see him getting professionally is some really low tier league that's playing with a bunch of 16-year-olds who's whatever. I think there's no respectable league that's going to sign him. And so I think YouTube would be a great option for him. People love to hate on this guy, and so he's going to get views. You put him at a park and you get a bunch of people angry, and you get crowds running onto the court and hyping up matchups and one-on-one. And like I said, he's got a following. People love to hate this guy, and I think that YouTube would be a really viable option for him. Will he ever agree to that, or is that something he would ever do? I'm not sure. His dads and him are just so arrogant that I don't know if it would happen, but that's what I would do if I was him. I would go the YouTube route. There's a lot of money to be made on here, and I think that he could do it. But those are just kind of my thoughts. There's no real future, I don't think, for Julian playing professional basketball, and I don't think anyone knows truly what's next, but I do think that YouTube would be the best route for him. And so leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Julian and his career. What do you think's next for him? What would be the best route for him? Leave those thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like and hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.